911, where's your emergency?
Did you get an ambulance?
Where are you?
I'm in Boulder.
Where in Boulder? Give me an address.
080 14th Street.
1080 14th Street?
Yeah.
What's going on?
We got a guy who's passed out. He drank way too much and we found him this morning.
Is he breathing?
I don't know. He's not waking up.
Matthew Carrington was joining a fraternity called Chi Tau, and just like all other pledges, he had to take part in Hell Week. Just about every fraternity or sorority has Hell Week, but some are more extreme than others. In Matthew's case, his soon-to-be frat brothers weren't quite the brothers he had imagined. The frat brothers ordered Matthew Carrington and the rest of the pledges downstairs. According to NPR.org, when they got downstairs, they were told to do exercises in raw sewage that had leaked on the floor. For hours, they were taunted. The pledges had to do push-ups and answer trivia questions. During all of this, they were drinking from a 5-gallon jug of water that was continuously filled. They had fans being blown on their wet bodies. The pledges were vomiting and urinating on themselves. Matthew Carrington found himself as a victim of hazing. Hazing is a scary and ridiculous ritual. However, it doesn't just happen in fraternities or sororities. It can happen at school, organizations, in the military, and even at your job. Although not every fraternity or sorority's initiation tactics are as severe as hazing, it is still something to be aware of and how we need to stop this threatening, sometimes deadly ritual. First, we will discover what hazing is and why it is such a serious topic. Then we will look at the causes of hazing and how it has become such a negative thing. Then finally, we will try to find a solution for hazing. First, let's discover what hazing is and why it is such a serious topic. According to dictionary.reference.com, haze is defined as to subject freshmen, newcomers to abusive or humiliating tricks and teasing. A 2008 study done by Dr. Elizabeth Allen and Dr. Mary Madden found that nationwide 55% of members of all campus clubs, teams, and organizations experienced some sort of hazing, but that fewer than 5% reported it to police or campus officials. Greek letter organizations have developed a number of complex hazing rituals that range from demeaning tasks to humiliating ceremonies. Hazing activities are generally considered to be physically abusive, hazardous, and/or sexually violating. The specific behaviors or activities within these categories vary widely among participants, groups, and settings. Hazing has been associated with more than 50 deaths in college fraternities and countless more physical injuries. These injuries include paralysis, not to mention the devastating emotion effects that can result for so many young men and women. After discovering what hazing is and how dangerous the effects of it can be, why do people do it? There are many factors that contribute to why people haze. One theory suggests that hazing occurs to facilitate strong commitment and loyalty to the group. Fraternities believe hazing is necessary during initiation rites. In order to create a new identity, fraternities manipulate the material self to the pledge. Also, fraternities may limit their pledge outside relationships that they may have formed. This also leads to stronger group commitment. Pledges allow hazing for several reasons. For one, they may feel the need to belong to the in-group. Because of this, they subject themselves to hazing. The pledges that go through hazing and achieve senior status and power then feel the need to do unto others what was done to them. They feel as though they have the right and duty to pass on the tradition. Also, many prospective members don't realize and aren't informed what the pledging process and hazing will entail. This information is covered in the secrecy of the brotherhood. This, combined with the increasing severity of the hazing over the weeks and months of the pledging process, places the pledge in a very vulnerable position and hence more susceptible to victimization. Compounding these dynamics in fraternities and other male groups is the desire for the pledge or prospective member to be tough and prove his masculinity rather than risk being identified as a wimp or pussy. Now that we know what is causing hazing, let's examine what we can do to stop. According to StopHazing.org, 44 out of the 50 states already have a hazing law. This is a great start, but has not quite lived up to the expectations. There is still more that needs to be done and can be done. Hundreds of chapters nationally have been shut down for hazing and alcohol violations. Many chapters that choose to go alcohol-free get rewarded with foundation dollars to help them maintain their fraternity houses. Since alcohol plays a huge part in the hazing process, many different people and organizations are trying numerous ways to stop the increasing amount of alcohol consumption. In 1997, many fraternities decided that they would abolish alcohol in chapter houses. By 2000, unfortunately, not all undergraduate chapters voted to accept the dry house plan in 2000 when it actually came around. The real job ahead means changing the student culture chapter by chapter. Working in tandem with others, we can hope to make changes in society as a whole. There are other ways to find individuality in the world. Now that we have discovered what hazing is and why it is such a serious topic, looked at the causes of hazing and how it has become such a negative thing, and finally found some solutions to hazing, it is now our turn to do our part in this threatening, sometimes deadly ritual. As Matthew Carrington and the other pledges continued to do exercise, answer trivia questions, drink water, urinate, and vomit, something went terribly wrong. Carrington fell to the ground and began to have seizures. Initially, the fraternity members did not call an ambulance, and when they did, it was too late. An ambulance came and took Carrington to Inlow Medical Center. Here they discovered that he was suffering from water intoxication, which caused the swelling of his brain and lungs. At about 5 a.m., his heart stopped, and at the age of 21, Matthew Carrington, a victim of hazing, was pronounced dead.